Excuse the mess because we're moving, so we got a lot of stuff different places. I got this one right here on the 13th, April 13. That's what it is, that one right there.
Our nation's finances are taking a hit right now. Yesterday, the Fed chair, Jerome Powell, he warned that tariffs could trigger Cornyn, said that
right
the tariffs deal was to bring manufacturing back. Fair deal.
It's a split phase. Got one phase, each phase is 2,000 watts. Right there. All this stuff I got out is because I'm getting ready. Everything's going to storage. I got that. That's the battery that I use. This is the electric charger. You can use a generator to charge this system. I'm mimicking the solar panels because that's charging 15 amps. It'll mimic the solar panels that will be charging this about to close to 1,000 watts, which usually solar panels would be 20 to 40 amps. So I got the charger. That's the charger, battery, and the inverter.
Why do you think a nation that's so frequently
This is running the TV. This is running right now the refrigerator.
Or one having Judeo-Christian values,
Let me see if how many amperage. Battery and the amperage going through.
Has a long history, and it's frustrating in this moment, but we've seen this before. And
that's the Bluetooth for the battery. It's telling you it's 200 watts. The refrigerator runs about 150 to 170. And the TV is 50 to 70 watts. So, and then the temperature of the battery is at 74 Fahrenheit, which is like 23, 21, 22 Fahrenheit. I mean, Celsius. And in my work in the Senate, right now at 73%, and it's been running all day. You know, running the refrigerator. I already did a test for 3,000 watts. It ran flawlessly, and the battery after 3,000 watts is almost like 90%. So when so this battery, it started beeping. The inverter started beeping because not enough power coming out. It was ready, basically at the maximum of the battery. So the BMS was only letting 90 at that time, 90 amperage going through the inverter, which it was close to 3,000. It was 3,400 watts. So if I had another battery connected parallel, this power would throw the 4,000 watts on it, but you really only want to run it 80%. So let's say 75 really at the maximum, which should be 3,000 watts to save your inverter and your battery also. You don't want to over stress the battery or the inverter. But if I be running this at 3,000 watts, I'll have like 2 other batteries. Total of 3 batteries. That way each battery is giving out 1,000 watts, which will be like 15 to 20%, and that will give longevity for the battery to last longer. I mean, you could still use it for 3,000 for an hour or two, but you're not continuously. You don't want continuously one battery throwing 3,000 watts because it's just, you're going to kill the battery. I think I should spread it out to all 535 members of Congress. I like it out of all my inverters. This has last, it's already a whole week and it's doing good. And I touched it around it. been running for 6 days and it's lukewarm. So far, this is one of my best. This is the best inverter I got out of all the other one, and it's a split phase. So now I got 2,000 watts in each. So that means it divides the power into different phases, where it won't stress out that plug there, because the other inverter I had one plug running 5,000 watts, but it didn't trip it or anything, but it'll be running hot. 4,000, and I don't know if it had a 8-gauge wire on that or not. And I haven't opened this yet because it's warranty, but I will be opening it sometime maybe this week or next week, because if I know if it keeps running good, I'm gonna open it, I'm gonna see the inside. I like the fan on it too. I got two dual fan. It has heat sink here and there that runs all the way through, and lukewarm. Love the inverter. Yes, it's the mess. I got a mess everywhere. It's just, how I'm moving is. I'm putting everything on boxes. I got the box for the battery. I got the box for that. So when I'm transporting it, I'm going to have it in the box because I don't want it to get damaged and stuff. And I did this here. I bought this. This wire came with the battery, but I put this here where quick disconnect. That way I can use quick disconnect, put this and put it in the box. I don't have to disconnect the inverter. But the beautiful thing about this has a resistor here. So when I do hook it back up again, I do have to take this off because I have to load the capacitors first and then put this back on. So when I do disconnect it, and it's going to be disconnected for more than 3 or 5 minutes, I gotta load the capacitors before I can pour a load in there. Beautiful.